Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about a Segway step-off shot. You see here my Segway. This is my package. Basically you get off-road tires, you have turf tires, and you have the tires that are mounted on it right there, which are the road tires. So different situations allow you to do different things, but it's hands-free, so you control it with your knees, and you can hard mount it on the attachment on the left, as you'll see me do here with the Alexa. So you can see the arm is actually attached to the Segway, and therefore the actual Segway carries the weight of the camera. So therefore taking the burden off of the operator and extending your endurance quite a bit. Depending on the application, it could be a big advantage. So you see here another view of the Alexa on on the Segway. You can see I'm using the off-road tires in this case. We're doing an off-road shot at night, and here you see the same setup, but this is 3D. It's also the major reason why I own the Segway package, because the rigs are 80 pounds, 75 pounds, so the Segway carries the weight, allowing me to operate for a long period of time. Here's the 3D rig with Epix. It's a Atom rig made by Reality Technica, and it is in low mode. But yeah, so therefore I can operate 3D for a long period of time, long walk and talks. And so, but today, really, I'm going to show you guys a little bit about the step-off shot. Here we go. Arriving on set, the GoPro is actually mounted on the Segway itself in this case. This is a set of a movie I was working on earlier this year. But yeah, so we're gonna do a step-off shot, which essentially, when you have the Segway, you can hard mount it, or you can still mount it on your vest, which lets you do some pretty cool stuff. Part of that is stepping off the Segway mid-shot. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, there's lots of reasons. You could carry a shot into a house, for example, and in this case, we're chasing a woman down a road, and she stops and she runs into a forest. So there would be no room to ride the Segway into the forest, therefore I'm stepping off of it. So what we're going to see next is a clip of rehearsal, which is pretty important in the shot. Was going to be at night, so I wanted to run through it during the day because it's a winding road. I had a curb to my left. The actress was going to be to my right. So so I had a pretty tight tolerance on where I needed to be. I wanted to get an idea for pacing, and sort of run through the step off with the grips, and actually make my way through the forest and figure out what the problems would be. And it's a very important part. It's important for safety. If I had clipped the curb there that existed there, it would have been all over. Camera on the ground, the whole deal, disaster. But it's very important not to be overlooked. When you're doing something as tricky as this, I highly recommend you doing rehearsal even on your own time, like we did here. This was before call, essentially. So I'm going about half speed. The camera's mounted on my monitor, and this is me running up the road. And you'll see me slow down here. And there's the, in this case it's the AC, but he's going to grab the Segway when I step off, and I just stepped off.
You're walking, keep going.
And we're walking, and this is when I follow the actress into the forest. You can see it's a pretty thick bush, and we're trying to figure out which branches we're going to have to cut, and this is exactly why we do rehearsal, and identifying which branches we're going to cut. And the shot carries down farther down, but you can see how I couldn't ride the Segway into that thick brush. But this is the actual shot itself. This is the camera's mounted on the Segway, and you see the actress there. You see the condor light that I'm having to frame out of my shot. So there's a lot going on, and this is about where I step off. So I wish I could show you more, but I can't. Movie's been unreleased, so I've probably shown too much already. But in any case, you notice I picked a point where she slows down and stops for a second for the step off. So it's always a good point to try to hide your step off point. And I actually slowed to a stop before I stepped off, but You know, as people have seen on the internet, you can do step offs while on the move. So here's another shot later on in the movie in a warehouse. Notice we had the luxury of the first AC also being on a Segway to follow me. So we're going to do a tracking shot here of the actress running. The Segway goes up to 12 miles an hour, so you can actually get a pretty good run out of it. And that's the end here. This is director and DP waiting for the end of the shot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick look at actual production use of a Segway and a Steadicam. But just want to point out that my Segway kit is available for rental to other Steadicam operators. As you can see in the previous picture, all the pieces it comes with. It also comes with a hitch mount so that you can attach it to your car. It does fit inside the car, and it is also ready to ship. There is I have a case for it. It rolls right into it. There's a plug so you can leave it plugged in overnight to charge, and it just closes up, and it's ready to ship FedEx freight. Um, so you do have to drive it to the drop-off FedEx location, but it can ship worldwide, anywhere you need it. So contact me at pgfilms.tv for more information.